Hello everyone and welcome to the IAS 9 Further Explain video. You might have already seen the IAS 9 Explain video, but that video didn't actually explain that much. But as you can see here, here's basically round 1 and round 2, and what I'm basically going to do is, it's going to end up like this. I'm going to explain the whole tournament, how all the rounds are going to work, how the grand final is going to work, all of that kind of stuff. Here's one I prepared earlier. Obviously I didn't really put all the stuff about the grand final in here, but yeah, just to show you that I actually know what I'm doing and I'm not just making it up as I go along. Here's the full thing, and that's what it should end up like. Okay, so let's start from here. So as you probably realized, there is three people going through from each group, and in total we're going to have 24 people at round 2. Now the question is, how are people going to get matched up in round 2? Because as you'll show you in a second, there are kind of odd numbers. Now people are going to still be matched up according to their games, but they're obviously not going to be racing the same people again. So what I'm going to do is, firstly, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Bugs Life person, draw them randomly, and then they'll be pushed off to the side. Alright, so let's just say that this person here, is the random drawn person that's pushed off to the side. Now, also what could happen here is that people volunteer, and out of the volunteers I randomly draw. If there's only one volunteer, then they become the person that becomes this person. So let's just say that this is the person here that volunteers to, whatever. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to organize the Bugs Life groups around that person. So this person's going to race that person is going to race that person, this person is going to race that person, and this person here is going to race that person. So there we go, that's the Bugs Life sorted. That's all those groups down. We'll get to this person in a second. So over here we've got the Medieval, and Banjo Kazooie, and we got the Banjo Kazooie. Now keep a note that Christian is in this group here, sorry, the Medieval Banjo Kazooie, and he's just playing Banjo Kazooie. So if he gets through, he's going to be matched up with a Banjo Kazooie person. So let's say this is Christian. Let's say he comes third in the group. He's going to be matched up with a Banjo Kazooie person. If it's not Christian here, a similar thing will happen. It really doesn't make that much difference. But the fact is that if Christian gets through, he's going to be matched up with a Banjo Kazooie person. Okay. Or alternatively, what's going to happen is with this is also 3 people are going to be drawn out randomly. Yeah, there is going to be 3 people drawn out randomly. Oh, actually, first off, I should mention. Sorry, this is very complicated. I know. If Lucario44 gets through, he's a Medieval and Bugs Life person. He is going to be automatically matched up with this person over here. So if he gets through, say he's here, say he came second in his group, he is automatically going to be put up against this person so that they can do Bugs Life together. Okay, so that makes sense. So Lucario44, so I don't know if I really want to be this person, because I'm going to be having to race Lucario44 if I'm this person over here. Okay, well anyway, now that that's gone out of the way, now what's going to happen is 2 people are going to be randomly drawn, again volunteers. Now these volunteers, you have to realize that what you're volunteering for is not actually to play Medieval or Banjo Kazooie, but instead you're going to be playing Crush and Spyro. So let's just say that the volunteers, we'll say that it's going to be this person here and that person here. Volunteers / randomly people drawn out of a hat. Let's just say it's going to be those people there. So let's firstly organize this. So this person is going to race that person is going to race that person, and it looks like this person is going to race this person, and then we go, everyone in the group has a match. Okay, so these 2 people here, they're left pretty naked. Now they won't necessarily race each other. See, what's going to happen is there's going to be a random draw out of these guys, and including this person. So this person here and all of the Spyro and Crash people are going to be put on a random draw, and whoever they get, they are going to race. So say it ends up with being this person. Fair enough. Alright. So that means that what's going to happen here is that this person is going to race that person because it's first, third. This person is going to race that person because, again, it's third. And then this person here is going to be racing that person there. So it is very complicated, but it will work out. I think this is pretty fair. And I know, as I said, it's like people like it's hard to understand, but it makes sense. I don't fully even understand it myself, but I still realize that it makes sense. Anyway, let's get on to the next stage of everything, and this is another complicated thing, and this is the round 2 shaggin wagon. Now, in the IAS 9 explain video, I talked about the loser shaggin wagon. Now, I also came up with another idea, and that is the winner shaggin wagon. I'm actually just going to bring everything down, just so that, okay, so there we go. That's better, and I'll just connect that back up again. All right, so this is good. This is round 2, and this is the round 2 shaggin wagon, or the okay. So what's going to happen here? All right, okay. I might as well also put, while I'm here, I'll put up round 3 and round 4 because they tie very much into the round 2 shaggin wagons. Okay, so there's going to be in total, how many shaggin wagons is going to be in total? There's going to be a total of 6 shaggin wagons, and there's going to be, and it depends. See what? Okay, so what's firstly going to happen is there's going to be a coin flipped, and say heads is Spyro and Crash and tails is Bugs Life. If it gets heads, then Spyro and Crash becomes okay. So, all right, okay. Let me start from the beginning. All right, so we have at the end of round 2 we have 12 winners and 12 losers. But these losers here are not necessarily knocked out because because as you can see here, Medieval has its own shaggin wagon. I'm just going to leave that for now. Banjo Kazooie has its own shaggin wagon, and anybody who selected those games at the start of the tournament can enter. Spyro and Crash has its own shaggin wagon, and perhaps even 2 shaggin wagons, depending on the coin flip, which I'll get to in a second. And this, and a different color, but oh well, you get it. And the same thing happens with Bugs Life, where it depends on the coin flip. So the coin flip will be whether this shaggin wagon will be for the winner's shaggin wagon or the loser's shaggin wagon. So there's only going to be so there's going to be 5. Okay, so as you can see here, the Spyro and Crash, there's going to be only 1 shaggin wagon, but depending on the coin flip, there could be 2 people going through in the losers one and winners one, or 2 people going through in the losers one. And it's the same for Bugs Life. If there's going to be 2 people going through for the winner's shaggin wagon, there's only going to be 1 going through for Bugs Life, and vice versa. If there's going to be 2, if there's going to be 1 for Spyro and Crash, there'll be 2 for Bugs Life. Reason I did this like this is because we've got so many Bugs Life players that I think it makes enough sense that we do that. Okay, so what's going to happen is that there is going to be 12 losers who actually get back into the tournament through these shaggin wagons. There's five people who actually go through out of that 12 through those shaggin wagons. So only 7 people will actually be eliminated in round 1. But there's also out of the 12 winners of the matches, there's going to be 5 people who go straight through from here to actually round 4. And these 12 out of these 12 losers, there's going to be 5 to go through to round 3. So what's going to end up with is there's going to be 7 winners who miss out on winning the winners shaggin wagons, and then there's going to be the 5 losers originally who won their shaggin wagons. So there's going to equal to 12 people in this round, and for now we have 5 people in this round. So what's going to happen is, for this round, is that we're going to have 6 matches of 2 people. You know how it works, and then that's going to equal 6 winners, and then we're going to have another shaggin wagon, where out of the 6 losers, where one of those 6 losers goes through. Recall what's going to happen is that a time's going to be set. Anyone who can make that time joins the match. And just like the Atmosphere in a 18-way autistic speedrun match, except there's only 6 people, so maybe perhaps 5 might show up, and then one of those will go through to this round. So this +1 will mean that this will be 5 plus 6, because there were 6 winners, and plus 1 for the shaggin wagon, which equals again 12. So there'll be 12 people for round 4. Same thing is going to happen again, 6 times 2. And then, but what's going to happen this time is that with the 6 losers from this round, 2 people are going to go through. So it will just end up going from 12 to 8. So not many people will be lost in this round. Now, if you notice in the competitors video, I actually listed the quarterfinals and round 4 as 2 different groups, but they're actually the same thing. That was a bit of a mistake, but it doesn't matter anyway. It actually works the exact same way, because I listed there'd be 4 people eliminated in the quarterfinals, or sorry, 2 in round 4 and 2 in the quarterfinals, and it ends up that there's 4 people getting eliminated in this round anyway. So just the competitors video, pretend that they're exactly the same thing, which, and I don't know, it all makes sense. Alright, so down here we have round 5. So this is going to be, so we started with 8 people, so that's going to be obviously 4 times 2, and then out of the losers for this, there will be 1 that goes through, just like I'm a speedrunner. 5 was it? I think, and I'm a speedrunner 8. Yeah, exactly the same kind of thing. And that's a 5. It's a horrible 5. And then, as we all know, there will be 5 people in the grand final. Alright, so all of this kind of stuff here with the shaggin wagons and stuff, like, that is a little bit confusing, but it will make a lot more sense when we get to round 2, and I probably, and you know, after round 2 is complete, and then we organize the shaggin wagons and everything. But yeah, anyone who picked the games can actually join either. So if they won in round 2, they can join any of the winners' shaggin wagons as long as they pick that game at the start of the tournament. And same as the losers. The way this is going to work is that if somebody wins a match, even if they join any of the others, whatever their first match they win will count. So even if they won, you know, all 5 winners' shaggin wagons, for example, or wait, no, they can't do that because there's only 4. There's only 4 shaggin wagons. Sorry guys, there's 1 Bugs Life, 1 Spyro and Crash, 1 from, yeah, so there's 4 shag wagons, not 3, so there'll be 8 in total. Sorry, I said 6 originally. So even if they win all 4 of the winners' shaggin wagons, it's only the first one that they win that counts. Alright, so let's get back to here. Let's get back to the grand final made up of 5 people. So what is going to happen firstly? Now, the first thing that people can do is they can vote if they want a medley. Now, what is a medley, you may ask? That will just be Crash and Spyro straight after each other. What's going to happen is that when somebody finishes say it's Spyro first, if somebody finishes the Spyro goal, say it's race to, I don't know, Dreamweavers or something, everybody stops once they finish the goal. The person who won that switches games. Everyone else is on pause still, but it's loading screens, and they pause after the loading screens. So yeah, they stop, and then once the other person is ready to start, you do another countdown, and yeah, so it will end up that people stop up to 4 times during the speed run, which sounds very clunky and messy, but I think that, you know, once you actually get around to doing it, it would be, you know, all right, and it'll be fine, and it's a new thing to try. Now, anyway, so this 5 people can vote if there's going to be a medley. If the medley gets rejected, so say 3 people vote for a no, then it goes on to voting for whether they want the grand final to be Spyro or Crash Bandicoot. Again, it's out of the 5 people. Alright, and then once that is chosen, then the grand final will begin. So it could either be a medley or it'll be a vote. These 5 people, whether it's going to be Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. Now, before all of this, also the 5 people can decide together if they want to do a certain game. So say there's 5 people, you know, it just happens to be all Bugs Life people, then they can just go ahead and do Bugs Life. Go ahead, like, have fun, chill out, do Bugs Life, go do it. That's perfectly fine in my eyes, but it has to be all 5 people. So if 4 people want Bugs Life, and one person is protesting, you have to go through with the medley and then the vote for the game. So, and also, what's going to happen with picking the actual races, we'll figure that out later, like we always do, so that's not really an issue at the moment, but that's how the grand final is going to work. So if you have any questions, just in the comments, section, just chat. This stuff you might think it will get rigged, but it won't. I swear it. Um, like, and it'll probably be much easier once we actually get to round 2 to actually work out what's happening here, because that's really what happened with round 1 as well. Because like, I really didn't know how many people would be in the tournament, so that's why I was really confused about what was actually going to happen. But once like I saw who was in the tournament, who wasn't, what groups people were in, then I kind of realized how I was going to do it, and it'll probably be the same in round 2. But I want to make it as fair as possible, and more importantly, I want to make it that people get to play the games that they chose as much as possible. So obviously there's going to be, 2 people who sadly cannot do their game, but that's just, the way the cookie crumbles. So sadly about that, yeah, sadly that, but what was I going to say? But like, that's 2 out of, what is it, 12 matches. So it's, it's not that bad, and people will still get to do their games for round 2 and not just round 1 like Atmosphere into 7. So, and also we got all this shag and wagon things kind of mean that people get to play the games that they want more as well. So yeah, when it gets to round 3 and stuff, and round 4 and round 5, that's when it's probably going to be. There's going to be a lot more Crash than Spyro, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like that's not necessarily going to happen. But I think that because of the fact that we have 2 compulsory games rather than 1, like I'm Aspiring a 7 or I'm Aspiring 8 for that matter, things will be spiced up a little bit more. But anyway, so yeah, see everyone, and thanks for watching.